derobe. Go on, derobe.
There we are. Margarita is, I think the music in the, I subscribe to a copyright music channel where you can use any music anytime on YouTube safely. And I typed in German for a bit of stereotypical fun. And it came up Bratwurst and Lederhosen. It made me giggle. Colonians, if that's what you call them, apologies. Margarita, hope you enjoyed it nevertheless. Cologne is beautiful. A little snippet there for you, which is our lovely walk to the it's the Cologne Messe. It's a bit like the NEC, where Europe's biggest, largest yarn and fabric trade show takes place. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Hello, it's Stuart here from the Wool Patch, my lovely little yarn shop in Long Melford, Suffolk, UK. That's me, as you know. And in the chat, as always, producer Fizz, who's also in my ear, keeping me on schedule. She drops links in, keeps the chat going, answers your questions, and helps me out too, if we need to bring you our Wool Patch show, which is all about the big trade show of the year. I hope you'll enjoy watching for the next hour. We have 3 sections to talk to you about. Trends of the show. The normal running order of the Wool Patch show is put on hold because we've got lots to report back, but we still have Guess the Year with a slight tweak. So hope you'll join me for the next hour. Loads of people already in the comments. Nice chatting to you in the 5-minute countdown. The pips. Nailed it this month, that's for sure. But Jimbo's in, Lynn's in, Curly Sue, Fran sent in her World Cup jersey sweater already. Can't wait to show you some sneak peeks over the coming weeks. They are flocking through. Diane's Canadian one has arrived too. I've got to see it in the flesh already. Can't wait to show that to you. And Jan is in there too. Jan, I finally got to meet. Jan loves to sew. When I went to Germany, I was lucky enough to be able to park my car near where she lives because she knew some secret places where I could do that. And so I got to see Jan too, going then to Cologne on the Eurostar. Oh, I loved that. And then when I came back, had a nice chat with Jan as I got home. So it was lovely. It was really nice meeting you, and thanks for all my little treats too. And I'm glad we could sort that out. It was wonderful. Yes, Eurostar, 4 hours of pure knitting time. And I got lots done. I took my Echo with me and I was going round and round and round and round. And I think I did about 3 or 4 rounds worth, which is 3 cable repeats. 2 hours from St Pancras International all the way to Brussels. Then you change. I had a 20-minute change on the way there. I had an hour and a half change on the way back. The 20-minute change on the way there was... my buttocks were clenched, should I say that. Landing in a new platform, I just thought because it's Eurostar... you get off the Eurostar and there'd be another Eurostar next door ready to take you to Cologne. But no, I had to walk down some steps, find the next platform out of 30 odd platforms to find the one with my Eurostar. And then get it. And I think I got it with 5 minutes to spare. So that was an experience. But then I was able to relax for another 2 hours direct to Cologne. And the train station in Cologne is minutes away from the Marriott Hotel. And the Cologne Messe is, 20-minute walk? And it was lovely to document that and show you that right at the beginning. We go past the amazing Dom Cathedral, then go over the Padlock Bridge, and then just swerve around to the left. And there we are at the amazing Cologne Messe. Over 2 floors this year. It's usually 3. So at first I was like, oh no. Oh, my way of going around it might be ruined now. So I tried to be optimistic about it all. They said it's to keep the atmosphere a bit more contained and intense, because over 3 floors, by the time you get to the top floor, it's a bit more spread out. But I actually like that space, the room to walk up and down the aisles. But they said it's to keep the atmosphere going. And yes, over those 2 floors, they did go wider towards the edges. But it was, I think, atmospheric, yes. Is it a sign of the times? Less companies being there. There were some names I noticed who weren't there, but it still was fabulous. So let's go for it, and we're going to talk about everything that we saw, trends for autumn and winter. Now, remember, if you don't know about H&H Cologne, Europe's largest yarn and fabric fair, it's where most European yarn shop owners go to place all their orders for autumn and winter. Most companies, especially the big companies, have a large stand. So large they can get 7 or 8 tables worth of every rep, and all the different yarn companies around Europe, like me, go to, say, a chosen brand. So just let's say Katia, for example, because I always go to the Katia stand. And you sit at a table and they wine and dine you with champagne, beer, coffee, food, because you're there for a very long while looking through all the yarns of autumn and winter. Now, Katia, for example, will probably produce up to 50 brand new yarns every season. And so everyone's there going, oh, yes, I like that. And I'll have that colour, that colour, that colour. Because you see them. You see the yarn shades in front of you. You see the actual balls of wool, so you can hold them. You get to see garments made up. And that's where they make their choices. Because you put your order in then to ensure you get it later on in the year. I've known that. I've gone, no, I'm not going to place my order. And 3 or 4 weeks later, you go to place it. They've already started to sell out. So you're on round 2 of the delivery when it comes from the factory. So it is a massive thing. And therefore, you do need 3 days to go over it. Most people will be there on Friday and Saturday placing their orders. Sunday is much calmer. And it is just wonderful. It's lovely. So there I was with Gavin and Teresa from Yarnworks, walking around, taking all the atmosphere in and all the companies. And we went off on our own sometimes as they went off to see certain stands and I went off to see certain stands. But we've taken all that and we've put it into the computer and we've come up with certain themes that we've seen over the 3 days. Just before we start, though, let's have a look at the chat and see who's in. And let us know if you think you're like, I think a trend might be this. Because it'll be interesting to see what you've written now compared to at the end. So what do you think may be a trend that we might see in yarn shops this autumn and winter? From, I would say, September onwards through to next March, April, May. Let us know. Diane, this is making me want to buy more yarn. Yes! That's what it's all about. Good to see you. Fran, I'm working on the last part of a Fair Isle jumper. Wonderful. Great. Kiwi James, good morning. Did you lose an hour? Did you do any daylight savings, or is it just us here in UK and Europe? Hello, Kelly. Good to have you tuning in. It's great. Wonderful. If you've got a clue or you're like, are we going to see more of this year? Pop it in the chat. It would be interesting to see. He said, Stuart goes away and comes back. I know. I don't know how I feel about it. It's all gone a bit floppy. I think it was the the hotel hairdryer. Fell in love with it. Don't normally blow dry my hair, so that's probably why it's gone a bit like that. Don't know whether it's a bit shiny, actually. Oh, dear. I see the banter has already started. Love it. Okay, let's go into the first one. Oh, Karen's saying, I think fluffy yarns will be everywhere, autumn and winter, and I'm going to say emerald green or fuchsia pink will be the colour. Oh, Fizz, take a note. Will be curly. Oh, dear. Right, let's go into the first one. Okay, is texture. Massive, massive trend for autumn and winter is all going to be about texture. Now, this is from a lot of the big yarn companies that will do acrylics and will do mixture of natural fibres. So maybe not necessarily the independent small yarn companies that just sort of do natural wool, like Cardiff Cashmere, for example, or Isia yarns. They tend to have their own little collection and keep with those and repeat those, maybe bring one out. But we're talking big yarn companies. Katia, for example. Across Europe, there are many from Italy. Lana Grossa, Lana Gatto, there's Mondial as well. Really, really big. We've got Lang from Switzerland too. The Austrian one, I forget off the tip of my tongue. And there is definitely a trend in texture. So I'm going to show you this pre-record of all the textures that are appearing, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. So here we go. Here is the trend for 2026 to 2027 autumn and winter texture. Boucle and Bunny. How do we feel? Is it a yay or a nay? Pop it in the chat. A yay to Boucle and Bunny or nay? It has a look. The Boucle, or the teddy, has a certain look about it. I'm not sure about the bunny. Let's have a look. What we'll do is we will go through the textures and we'll just keep stopping and starting the video and talk about it over a couple of minutes. Right, press play. Done that. Oh, it's going to be one of those things where it's there. So the Boucle evolving into teddy and being called teddy. And this is not just by one or two companies. This is by nearly all of them that I saw. Teddy, there's Gepard there, or Gepard, teddy deer. And it is definitely that Boucle style. Mixture of fibres, a mixture of wool companies, or using wool and acrylic polyester mix. This one here from Katia, which I loved, I have to say, because of the mixed colours. Would this Boucle teddy be better as a ombre like this version, called Backstage? 62% acrylic, 27% wool, so perhaps not as much on the wool content there compared to others. But I like the ombre look. Look at that one. Love that colour. I can see that doing well as beautiful scarves. Are people going to knit that as a cardigan? I can't see many of my knitter natters liking that or wanting to do it. But maybe in the solid colour, which we did see later on in the olives and the purples. There we go. This one here. This is from Lana Grossa. And they've called this one, what was it? Oh, I'm just remembering my Italian, Orsetto, which is also is bear, so it's little bear. But what does that appeal to you? The solid colour Boucle Fizz. How did you feel about that, Fizz? Would you knit a cardigan in the solid colour or a jumper in the solid colour? No, that's a definite no there, not my style. Okay. Fizz says you might knit it for the process. It would be a nicer process compared to the bunny. Let's see what you all say. Oh dear, the Teddy Creative looked like they're... I know that yarn, yes. I don't think we're going there though. Dead Buried is back again. Emma, the Boucle has been in the plant-based yarn world a while, usually made from cotton. See now, I saw very little plant-based stuff, Emma, but I did see a new one coming from Lang, which hopefully I'll get you pictures of later on in the year. They've called it Naturalis. Can always rely on Lang. I think, well, the bunny for sure. I can't see that being popular to knit with. The bunny is the smaller version of Katia's U-Pick, which we've already had in. And that's where I kind of thought we are going to be seeing this. Katia normally are a few steps ahead, it feels like, of everyone else. So they had the larger faux fur, and then the faux fur is kind of reduced down to the teddy like that. I think the Boucle would perhaps be easier than the teddy, than the bunny for sure. See, there's another solid colour, isn't there? That one I think had more, wool in it. 10% polyamide. I can't see the rest, so whether that was a... And that's an interesting look, combining the two colours. And then we had the bunny, which is that smaller version of the U-Pick that we had in, the faux fur. I could put up with knitting this when I made the hats. And some of you may remember Polar 2 years ago from Katia. It seems an even smaller version of that. I cannot see that being fun to knit. Maybe the scarf, 4 or 5 stitches, and you're just going straight up. I can't see the cardigan being enjoyable to knit. No, sorry. Margarita says it's a nay for me, but still got some old stash yarn. Oh, that's it. It comes round, doesn't it? Putting the food back into fur. Oh, brilliant. Diane, I am knitting a blanket with teddy bear DK held with fingering minis, and it's so squishy. Yeah, well, that's it. It is beautiful. When the U-pick came into the shop, the larger faux fur, we were all just putting our hands into it every now and again just for a calming moment. It's because it's so soft. Hey Susan, good to see you. Teddy is fun, bunny as well. Keeping in mind it will be I know, yeah. I think it's a one season wonder for sure, and then we won't see it at all. Hey Chris, I hope it doesn't shed as you knit. It will. Now, the beauty of this modern faux fur, it doesn't. So we had U-pick in, this really big faux fur, and we were having great fun with that November, December, January, and February. Just a one little order, making these big, I can imagine Crystal or Alexis in one of these big sort of Russian-style hats. And you can really tug at it and pull it, and you don't get any sort of debris or shedding. So it has come a long way. I think maybe the stuff that Kiwi James was using in the 80s did shed a bit. Margarita, in the German knitting podcast, word boucle vests are they? So is it like... where is it? We had the boucle. That one there. That's done in the boucle sort of the teddy texture, isn't it? So is it like that, Margarita? I think that's doable. You haven't got to faff around with the sleeves, have you? I think that would be cool. But that's in the bunny there. I think the teddy would be better, wouldn't it? There you go. So you can see the teddy on the left there as a what's that? A funnel neck? What do you call those? A roll neck with big. Look at those bell sleeves. But yes, the slip over in the bunny there, but rather than using the bunny, using the teddy. Oh, if Fidelia was watching this now, I think they'd be giggling, wouldn't they? Curly Sue. Ari Boucle, depends on finding the right pattern, especially for garments. There are yeah, indeed. But if you're going out, change of outfit, different scarf to match your outfit. It's a bit like you and your bags, isn't it, Karen? I've only ever... See, this is it. I think if I got the boucle teddy in, I would get that lovely Katia one and just market it for a big, beautiful scarf when you've got your big coat on. How did the yarns feel to touch? Amazing, James. Yeah, really, really nice. Obviously, the bunny is... but I wouldn't enjoy knitting that at all. And I know that from speaking from experience of knitting the hats in the U-pick, the larger faux fur. I wouldn't want to do a garment. You can't see your stitches at all, really. The teddy is soft because it's softer with the ones with more acrylic in, for sure. Absolutely. Jenny says, nay to bunny. Quite like the boucle. Yeah, if I was going to get one in, it would be the boucle for scarves probably, or the odd, if we could get a nice slip over pattern like that, I think. Linda, hey Linda, all right. Linda's flying through her Firefly. She's on her second Firefly garment already. She's loving it. In fact, nearly all of we should have a knit and natter day with everyone wearing their firefly garments. It's looking gorgeous, everyone. Trim with the bunny. Oh, good idea. Oh, hello, Californian capybara. How do you say that, Fizz? Capybara. Ah, I need to find good faux fur to trimming capes. Oh, any recommendations? I'm in the US and the accessible commercial faux fur is terrible. Well, it's starting to come out. We've just had some in the shop, and the faux fur was a big staple. I would say it was probably, what's that, 2.5 inches? I haven't got it here to show. Yeah, I haven't got it. Did we show it on one of our lives? Fizz might find it. If you go back, California, you might be able to see me holding the U-pick and showing it. I can't remember how many months ago it was. Margarita, I think the pattern is called Fluffy Fleece Vest. Whew, try saying that. You haven't had a few beers. People call it light, warm, and very comfortable, so I'm intrigued. Let's keep going through. So, yeah, then... Now, Katia are very... Their designers are often way in advance thinking of ideas. I saw a lot of this faux fur around. I didn't put many pictures in, but this is Katia's version of it. What do they call it? Fur... Oh, my finger's right on it. Fur Moda, I think. It's this very, very long faux fur, and several companies had it. Not dense like a raccoon's tail, you know, with the tip, but very airy, floaty. And this was an idea where you have a ball and you knit the ball in the body. So the big ball there does that. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to colour change. You just knit. So the stripes come up and then it goes into the caramel colour. You would then have the smaller ball, which you can see in my hand there. You've got the big ball on the left and you've got the small. The smaller ball then does the sleeves. So I think you need 3 balls for a garment. So they're trying an interesting way of making a garment, but aren't those colours fab? And that fur? Would you want to knit that? It's the thing, it looks fabulous, just don't know whether the process of knitting it would be as enjoyable. Look, you can see it. I just fell in love with the colours. My rep looked at me and said, you don't want this, Stuart. Sometimes this is what I like about the reps. The reps know pretty much what is going to sell in certain places, certain areas, certain countries. He said, oh, you won't want that, Stuart. There, look at that. But it... Not your cup of tea, Fizz? No, no. It is a fan... Oh, it is a real fancy yarn for sure. And you've got to remember, a lot of these commercial companies, it is in that category. It's in that branded fancy yarns or fashion yarns, because they want something new, and rightly so. My customers will often come in and they go, what have you got new this month? Because you always have your same double knits and your 4-plies, but customers still want to come in and see something new. They tend to be seasonal one-off yarns that you won't do a repeat order on, and that may be something like that. Oh, there's more faux fur there. You would think that's fabric, wouldn't you? And then we started to see a mix. There were many stands where you've got the faux fur mixed in with a normal garment. Can you see Margarita wearing that down the German High Street? Or Kiwi James? Okay, Fizz said she liked the sweater without the fur bed in it. It's fascinating. So there we go. Oh, textures. All different types of textures. I think many of you said nay to that, didn't you? I think. Oh, hey, Dinky Crafts Gem. I got carried away with the spring. Oh, are you getting? Oh, I love it when you get into a pattern. It's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, not my thing. Too fuzzy. Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's move on. As you just saw there a little while ago, Fizz has said coming up guess the year, but no, it's not guess the year. Fizz, sorry, I've tweaked it a bit. It's guess the trend colour. I'm going to show you the guess the year drop, as always, with lots of pictures on. In the chat, you're going to commit to one colour. So, Karen from Wigan, no double colours. Which one are you going to go for? You said, what did you say earlier? I'm scrolling through. Did you say fuchsia? I'm trying to look through quickly and I'm failing. So you've got to commit to one. You're going to pop it in the chat as the drop plays, and then you've got to minute. What do you think was the colour that kept coming out from many, many companies as me, Gavin and Teresa walked around 2 floors of H&H Cologne? What do we keep seeing over and over again? Have a sneak peek. Okay, so you've got a minute. Come on, pop it into the chat. What is the trend colour that we're going to see a lot of autumn winter 2026 to 2027? So from September onwards. Margarita's kicking us off with green. Diane's going for red. Hey Gary, good to see you. And you've joined us with a good half hour to go too. Oh, Chartreuse. Cody Steve's go for orange. Fran plum. Oh. Susan's purple. Hey Lois, white. Linda's go for purple. Jimbo's go for Chartreuse, otherwise known as acid green. Is it? I didn't know if it was more yellowy. Gods, please no more beige. No, I can tell you now, it's definitely not beige. Joy of Yarn. Oh, you've changed your thing round. Joy of Yarn. I'm liking these handle changes. Kiwi James, fuchsia. Chris is going for purple. Lovely. Any more? It's good to see you. That's it. You can watch this show however you like. It doesn't matter. You can have it on in the background. I love it. If we help, just had to stop and write. It's great. And if we help you clean over the next 45 minutes, then even better. Hey, we like to say this as well. Hopefully this show works on catch up. We do like to integrate the live chat as the show goes. So I'm hoping as we do that, that makes the catch up show just as fun too, with it all combined. Right. So where's my mouse gone? It's just completely disappeared. Oh, there it is. The colour that kept popping up over and over and over again is pastel green. How about that for a curveball? Did I just hear a big gasp across the YouTube live comments? What do you think? Fizz has just gone, well, I don't know whether I like that green, but I like green. It is, could you call it apple green to like an old Dulux off-white, apple white? Like a no, not a Granny Smith. I think Granny Smith is too green. You've got to put it in a bit more white for that. So who said green? Oh, Jen said green. A bit more gentle, I think. And Margarita with green. Nailed it, Margarita. Nice one. Emerald. It is beautiful. I'll give you half a point for that. It is everywhere. Rowan have got a nice pastel green that's coming out in one of their new yarns too. They're not bringing out new yarns in their mode branding. They're bringing out new colours. There is a new yarn coming out from Rowan. I think it's merino tweed. And there was a picture in one of these films where I think it was at the beginning where you see the green. Diane says for spring, yes, not autumn. I don't know whether it's making autumn feeling a bit gentler, less harsh. Pastel green, I guess it will come in handy if you spill your... Oh dear. Not for all year, but it's okay. Oh, I'm loving your comments. Chris just goes, I'm not a green girl, but I could go for pastel green at a push. Well, which colour would you combo it with? You'd probably put a soft purple, wouldn't you? Like a lavender. You could a lilac. Yeah. I need to put it into that colour, into that computer thing that gives you like the adjacent colours and the opposite colours. Ooh. So Fizz says it's called could be green tea and it combines well with white, lilac and grey. Oh, or beige. Oh, don't tell don't tell California that. Oh dear, brilliant. On Catty website, I can't find the eyelash faux fur. Put in UPIK. YUPIK. YUPIK. And have a look. Hello, Mary. No apology needed. It's great to have you here anyway. Margarita, well, who knew? My late 90s fake first shirt. Oh my God. Brilliant. Dig it out. Send us a pic, please. Yes. See. Oh, I'm liking that. Yes. Pastel green with neon yellow. Oh, light sage. Yes, it's that. Yeah, I can see that, Fizz. Well, all the flowers have green leaves, so I suppose that is true, very much. Pastel green sounds like the inside. Yes, it is that colour. We'll just call it inside cucumber. I think that's better. Let's move on to the next one. Our next trend. Karen, you are going to love this. I know it. I know it. It's got you written all over it. Here is trend number 2. I was looking for my sunglasses, couldn't find them anywhere. I thought that would be funny to put my shades on. Ah, how cool. Oh my word, people. It was everywhere. I could not get over who was having Sequins and Sparkle on their stand on so many companies. Way more than the Boucle and the Teddy. And I thought that was huge. Sequins was everywhere. So let's talk about the Sequins. Before we move on to Sequins, I should have looked at my schedule and just want to go back to guess the year answer because we had a message from Sue who said, oh, can you remember guess the year in January for your birthday show? You did a guess the year of guess your worst make ever. And you were going to let people write in the comments and in the catch-up chat. And you were going to announce the winner in February. We totally forgot. Because we were just too busy, I think. So we're going to announce the winners now from the Guess the year of my worst make. And I'm looking at the schedule here because it's all written down. In the chat, the live chat as we were doing it, Jimbo, you got it right because it was 2022. And then Margarita, you said 2022. In the catch-up chat, if I'm right. And Sue, who actually emailed to say, have you done the winners? It's going to sound like it's fixed, but it's not. Sue, you put 2022 in the catch-up chat comments below too. So Jimbo, Margarita and Sue Thomas, you've all won an electronic pattern of your choice. So Jimbo, let me know next time you're at Knit and Natter, if not before, and I'll go on to Ravelry and treat you. Margarita, send me an email. If there's a pattern in your queue that you would like, I'll treat you. And Sue, send me an email or drop it in the comments what pattern you would like from Ravelry, and I'll send you that as a gift from us to you for guessing the right year of my worst make ever, 2022. Right, let's have a look through the sparkles. I am seeing lots of joy for the sparkles. Susan, sparkles. I know, isn't it fabulous? This is what I like. Karen Sparkly. Yes, she is, isn't she? Mary, I love a little new retro. All these remind me of the 80s. Love sparkles. Fabulous. Kiwi James, my inner magpie is enjoying the spark. You see. Oh, nice one. Yeah, well, I did the same again. So I went into my music browser and I put glamour. And it came up with this sort of disco model-esque funk. I love it. Let's go through it. So we have two main things to take from it. Sequins, big and small. And they're either big with their own yarn, or they're small with their own yarn, or it's held double. And then, let's look at that. So little sequins. This is probably something you would hold double. This is what you would hold on your own. Now, I saw this and I showed the Knit and Natter ladies this one from Mondial. Gran Gala. And that's alpaca baby. I can just spy some of that there. And look at that garment. Now, many of my Knit and Natter ladies went, oh, I'd like to knit that. A very subtle, small, tiny sequin. Curly Sue reminds me of Serdar Suki, which was surprisingly nice to knit with, not sure about crocheting. And when I first started at my shop, there was some yarn left over from the previous owner, James C. Brett, a very British commercial acrylic company. they had a sequin yarn. Oh, I forget what it's called now. But that was 2016. So 10 years come round again. Loving it. Would love the electric blue. Needles ready and waiting. Yes. See, I thought that might have even been a colour of the season because I watch a lot of catwalk shows. The pastel green is in Dior and it's in Chanel and it's in Dolce & Gabbana. Dolce & Gabbana had a lot of the electric blue too. So I thought that was going to be maybe, we might be seeing some of it around. So this is the small sequins. The glamour is the big sequins there. And look at that. I mean, it's like a Chanel tweed jacket, isn't it? This outfit. Who would like that? Karen, would you do something like that? Wear like a combo? That's a cardi over a garment. No, it's like a dress. Which ones have you chosen to stock at the shop? It's difficult. I have been thinking and talking to a lot of the Knit and Natter ladies probably over the next couple of months. I'm not sure about the sequins. I love them. I'll tell you more when I get to the next bit. There's one thing I might get. Let's keep playing it, and I'll show you, Mary. So look at that. The trousers. Big sequins there. So that's a lot, isn't it? But that's an overgarment. You're not going to have that anywhere near you, are you? Maybe now they are, Mary. This is what I think will be a trend for the ladies at the shop and for customers. A little bit of bling. A lot of my Knit and Natter ladies like to wear a little something around their neck, like a silk scarf, and it matches their outfit, just keeps, stops the draft getting down the back of your neck. I think this, Mary, might be a popular thing. So we'll get the glitter stellina or the small sequin yarn that you hold with something else, or the small sequin yarn just for this. Look at that as a scarf, as a little accessory, a little note to add to your outfit. I think that would be popular because you probably only need 2 balls, maybe only even 1. And it's the stuff, if I just scroll through, it will either be, see that one there, that was the glamour of Lana Grossa. Where's the ball? Did I show there, look at that. Isn't that nice? And it's actually called glamour. So it'll either be that to purposely knit, not to add it with another strand, because they had it there, you could see the alpaca fluff above it, not to double strand it and have it as a garment, but to have it as these cool little accessories just with a bit of oomph rather than a silk scarf. I think that will be popular. Or using Rico, the Make It, where you purposely hold it with another yarn. And they've got that one, and they've got Make It Blauchaun. Oh, I forget how you say it. Make It Perlchen. What's that? I don't know what this is. Is it French, Rico? I think it's French. Did I just, sorry Fizz, I did just murder some French. Yeah, sorry. But oh, did I? No way. Fizz just, this just stopped the press. Let me just, did it literally just change? Oh. Fizz is everyone. The W is in the house. Fizz is W in the YouTube chat has literally just changed to W3. This, 3 years. Right, high 10, everyone. High 10 to that. Oh dear, that's a stop the press moment. Right, where were we? Back to the sparkles. So yes, so Mary, I think that is what we'll be doing. Right, let's carry on. So you've got your classic stellina still. So some yarn companies will be doing the big sequins. So you've got your plastic sequins on a thread, or you've got your stellina, your 3% polyester that is in the actual yarn too. And this is a Christmas yarn from Metz. Now, speaking of Christmas yarn, sad news, everyone. It's normally at this point that we get very excited to go to the West Yorkshire Spinners stand and see their Christmas yarn being launched, and we give you a sneak peek of what it's going to be. This time last year, we had a sneak peek of mulled wine, and the year before that, we had a sneak peek of vintage tinsel. Yuletide something. But they weren't there. Gutted about that. Whether that's a sign of the times, we don't know. Whether that's they just had so many other things going on, we don't know. I hope it doesn't mean they don't have a Christmas yarn, because we all look forward to it here in the UK, and I think actually across the globe, because I have one customer that always comes back wanting at least 6 balls of the Christmas yarn from the West Yorkshire Spinners every year, but they weren't there. Great shame, because last year they launched mulled wine, so we could sneak peek it to you. They also launched Morris, which has done brilliantly well in my shop. A 50-gram ball of British yarn of Massam and Blueface Leicester. But yeah, they were missed. They were really missed. So we can't surprise you with the sock yarn from the West Yorkshire Spinners. So we've all got to wait. We've all got to wait like everyone else. How gutting is that? So sorry, everyone. I can't bring you a sneak peek. I know many people are gutted. Can't bring you a sneak peek of it, I'm afraid. So getting back to that. So then you've got the sparkles, and then you've got the stellina. Okay, so it's shimmers of sparkle, a lot more subtle. You've got it on indie dyed yarn. So I could buy Mermaid. This is called Mermaid from Chester. This is where we get a lot of our, it's called Sheila's Sock Mermaid. I could get that blank and dye it lavender and blue. Can you remember, Karen, you've got the twinkle. It's that. But this is Mermaid, so rather than Twinkle just being a silver stellina polyester, the Mermaid of this one is like the pearlescent. That's the word. So you get that. Where else do you see that? Like Christmas time on is it wrapping paper, that pearlescent? I'm trying to think where you see that. Help me out, people in the chat. Whilst you help me out with the pearlescent, like a pearl inside a clam. Let's have a look. Me butchering the French. Pearlchen just means little pearl. It's in German. Oh, well, I just thought because they were a French company, it would be French. It's like the Blümchen, which means little flower. I love it. Love it. I love the accessories idea. I think that's where it'll work with the holding that. And see, that's where the stellina is. I like that one. Alpaca silver. But Emma, isn't it a shame that we're not seeing it in the cotton? More of the sparkle and the glam in the cotton. What I will do, I might actually have a look, Emma, and see if the Undyed company, where we got the paper from, which is coming up, everyone. Later on in spring, me and Emma will release the paper yarn in lavender and blue, and Emma's done some fabulous patterns. I'll have to see if they've got one with the mermaid stellina in a cotton. Yeah. What's everyone else saying? Make it blue and it's French. Oh, French and blue. Perhaps it's all linked in. Actually, the German brand Schoppelwool from Zauberballs haven't been H&H for the last few years. Yes, you're so right. Because I didn't see them last year, so then I didn't then miss them this year. I know, and that is the thing. And I see what you have to remember, people, as well, is it's free for us to go to H&H. For a company, they've got to spend, I dread to think what it is. It's got to be at least £1,000, at least, for your stand a day. So you're having it for 3 days, 4 days set up and so forth, staff over there, shipping your stuff over there. I cannot even begin to think how much it costs as a company. Where does that money come from? The company has to pay for that out of a budget or two, but they're not getting direct money from us turning up. I suppose they're getting their money from customers, the European yarn shops, placing their orders. And that's how important it is to them. They've got to wine and dine. They've got to entertain. And this is one thing I took from it. And I said to Katia, I said, your stall, your stand, whatever the word is phenomenal. Every year, Katia do something different. It's a theme. So this year, it was 75. And we're going to be giving away a Katia goodie bag. Got loads of things. They were wonderful, as always, giving me loads of things to give away. You've got some 75 years of Katia red wool, because red and white is their logo. So you've got some red wool in there. You've got classic pad. You've got loads of stitch markers, stitch holders. You've got what else have you got in here? You've got a gauge, a knitting gauge. You've got some Addy needles. But what I'm trying to say is they put so much time and effort. They have a whole team, they told me, that does it just year on, year out. So they're home. They might have 2 weeks off and they'll start designing next year's stand. So they produce photography, they produce, literature and everything. They've got the ideas. As you saw right at the beginning, they were celebrating the 75 years, so they had the bath. I mean, what an idea. And customers like me could go in and have your photo taken holding the 75 numbers up. But there are some brands who literally just turn up with their IKEA Kallax or whatever it is and just show off the yarn and nothing else. And I was thinking about this, about inspiration. So Katia inspire me every year with what they do. That enthusiasm then bubbles over to me and go, oh my God, I love that, I love that, I love that. And then you kind of want to invest more into Katia because of that. And I don't know how that changes for companies that perhaps don't have the bigger budgets to be able to do that. But then is that a gimmick? Do you just see through that because you just love the yarn regardless? But there is something to be said about appreciating a company that goes above and beyond and then wanting that because you get inspired by that and you get inspired by that. So you then choose it. So do you then take more risks with yarn? But as I was saying anyway, they don't get paid. They only get paid by people placing their orders. They don't get paid from the amount of people that come in and buy tickets because we don't buy tickets. They're all free. And general customers from passerbys, I think, can buy tickets, but I don't know many general public that do. It's a fascinating thing when you think of the money involved. but how important it is to secure those orders. So that's, I suppose, why they do all that whining and dining. Sue, does the Stellina come in different colours too? It depends on the company. So yes, you look at the Stellina, I think is the overall word. Most will just put polyester on the garment listings of 2% or 3%. I think Stellina is the silver version, but as you saw there from Chester Yarns, they've got the mermaid colour, which is this pearlescent colour. Yeah, me too, James. I love the alpaca silver. Let's skip back to that again. Let's go back to there. Where was it? Yeah, there. Look at that. And the colours that come in, that's in their concept range. So that's a higher, it's more natural fibres rather than acrylics. How can we see? I don't think I showed that there. And that's a classic one with a little bit of Stellina. What's they call that? Merino Luxe. Look how subtle that is. And from that long shot, you don't really see it, but I kind of like that one too. Lana Gatto is a fabulous commercial company. Look at that. Look at those neat cables. My Echo is going to look like that. So there we go. So we've got Sequins big and small, whether you use a yarn on its own or whether you hold it double with another one, and then the Stellina, the finer shimmer or the subtle. Let's have a look. Catty have some amazing plant-based yarns. I'm such a huge fan. Yes, well, I've always been a huge Catty fan because I've had them right from the beginning. They are innovative. They like to try new things. They have a good mixture of acrylic and natural fibres for all price points. They are really forward-thinking, trying out different ideas. Some don't work. They did try a couple of years ago the granny square, where the colour changes as you make the granny square in 4-ply. Didn't do too well, so I don't think it did more than a year. However, they're giving it another go because it's coming back as a super chunky. In fact, you might have spotted it in the opening credits bit there. And they're doing it as bags. They're into their bag making at the moment. So you do one big granny square and then you turn it into a bag. But since Brexit, Emma, it was difficult to stock Katia. They tried with a British warehouse. They did that for a couple of 2020. Yeah, they tried that till 2025. Where they then stopped it, and now they're going back to trying to ship it better because since Brexit, stocking European yarns is difficult. Some have got the shipping sorted. Some it does sit in customs for a week or 2 weeks. In the olden days, before 2020, we could order yarn from Katia on a Monday. It would be here by Wednesday. And there'd be no hidden charges. There'd be no charges to UPS, all the tax and extra. Whereas now it's a couple of weeks. But Katia said to me they've got a brand new shipping company and they've got it hopefully down to the UK to 4 days. So if you did see a colour of yarn that I don't have in stock or enough of, and it was Thursday, I could order it Friday, don't count the weekend, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It might be there by the following Friday, so only a week. Right, let's finish off with our last... who's gone to W3? Jimbo! Oh my word! You've gone to a... Look at that. Love all you W's. It's brilliant. Right, let's go to our last trend. Thanks for that. It's all about colour changing yarn. It's not going anywhere, people. Variegated yarn is here to stay. It's how it variegates and how it colour shifts there is one particular favourite that I have fallen in love with, which I will be getting in. Let's see if you can guess which one it is. Take a look at this. The last trend, colour changing yarn. Oh, I feel all your hearts are bursting, aren't they, with joy. Colour, there is something about colour, isn't there? What it can do for you, and seeing all your messages there, it's just wonderful. When I saw this colour changing yarn is everywhere, and it is really popular. In my shop, it always sells. People go, oh, I wonder how that's going to knit up. Whether it's stripes, whether it's an ombre. I have Marble Chunky from James C. Brett. It is 100% acrylic, but boy, is it a workhorse. And boy, does it look good. Yes, some of the colours aren't everyone's cup of tea, but there's a colour for everyone. And it just colour shifts so well. And it works in so many ways. And these yarns here, I think, just look amazing, especially the ones by Lang. I had a great time on Lang stand. As we were just saying, as I was reading the comments that just went by about what the companies have to do to make a stand at H&H every year. Emma says presentation is very important. It makes a big difference. It does. Absolutely does. It just gets you hooked in. But just think about this. So, and I can understand why Margarita was saying about Shopall not being there, because so much work has to go into it. These garments are autumn and winter for this year. The factories have got to spin them up already, and they have got to be made into garments and made the patterns for them. It's a lot of work. And this is where you realise these huge companies, is it the size? Is it the big companies are only capable of doing it? But this was one of my favourites. I would like to get, this is Twister, a new yarn from Lang. And it's all about the marled look. And I love it. And as Jimbo says, where was it? And I put it on the screen. Where did it go? Jimbo, Jimbo, Jimbo. Oh, he's too busy. Oh no, what have you done? Fell in love with this new pattern. Oh no, it's not a new pattern, was it? It was a couple of years ago, wasn't it? The Harbour shirt. We were talking about this yesterday at Knit-A-Natter. Is it causing you grief? No, here we go. I love them. One of the reasons I got into spinning is this idea of one strand, but it looks like you've mulled it. It looks like you've held two strands together, then as you knitted, dropped a strand of one and picked up another strand of another colour and still knitting with two strands. I knitted a lovely jumper. Sorry, Fizz, I'm going to put you on the spot now because you probably won't find this because it was so long ago. This will be a challenge. I knitted the men's, I don't think he even called it anything, the men's hoodie by the wonderful Josh Bennett, New York, NYC, who we haven't heard of from a long while. He's still about, but he doesn't post anymore on Instagram. The odd theatre post now, but not knitting. And it was one of the first patterns that I just fell in love with because it was holding three strands. 2017, that's right, Fizz, yeah. That's it, the man's hoodie, yeah. I'm sure Fizz will find it and drop a link in so you can see it. It was holding Charisma, Drops Charisma, which is a very affordable yarn, which makes the whole mull thing a lot easier to do. And it went from browns to red. So browns at the bottom, reds, and then to cream. But you were holding three strands. So at the bottom, you held three strands of brown. Then you might have dropped one strand and picked up a red. Then you might have dropped another brown and picked up another red. And then as you knitted, you then dropped a brown and picked up a cream. And as the three stitches went round your hook, your knitting pin, you didn't really know what colour would show up as the front V. And you just got this wonderful shift effect, especially when you were going from the red to cream. You would end up holding three strands of cream compared to the three strands of red. And it was wonderful. And mulled, I've always been a fan of mulled, whether you hold two strands of a different type of yarn or a different colour. But look, this is what they've invented. And it's just fabulous, isn't it? It really looks like two or three yarns together because the colour shift is so short. Whereas variegated yarn, the colour changes normally, a good metre or so before you get to your next colour change. Whereas this is going to have to be really short because as you can see look at that. There we go. That was my favourite colourway. You can see in places it's pale blue and black, and then more black, and then a little pale blue, then a bit of purple. That's amazing. And I think that will be really popular. And I can see in the chat already, Jen loves the twister. Oh yeah, the cloud does look so soft. Who else did I say? Yes, Dinky, love the twister yarns. So I think already I've chosen that one to get. And which colours? I don't know. A good 5 or 6, and I love that. Look at those buttons. Those buttons are fab. I saw loads of buttons as well, more than ever at this year's Cologne. So that's the mulled look. Oh, and that top is great. Look at that little detail at the bottom of the V-neck. But that really does look like you have held 2 or 3 strands together. There is, and I think that's why Firefly here with us has been so popular. There's no pattern. There's no naff. Say naff Fair Isle effect. Some of those baby yarns can look a bit too forced in the acrylic, but the Firefly is just there's almost no pattern to it. There is no pattern. It's just a perfect blend, and this is it's just great. If you like mulling, it's just really, really good. And then we get these Fair Isle effects. But Lang have managed it brilliantly. Now, those colours may not be your cup of tea, my cup of tea, but someone may love them. But there was, oh, look at that. Go on, Fizz, what did you say? Fizz likes them. I loved, they had a made-up garment. I think I got a hold of it. There's that electric blue again. Do we call it electric blue? Do we call it royal blue? Marine? This is what I want, though. Very Tom Daley-esque, chunky. But there's something about that colourway. See, so that's... so it's the base cloud, which is already out at the moment, but the Fair Isle version is called Funky. I might get a couple of those, not too sure. I think I like the Twister more than the Fair Isle effect. Let us know. So Funky is the Fair Isle, or Twister is the Mulled. Are you a Twister or are you a Funky? Write it in the chat. Are you a Twister or are you a Funky? I'm definitely a Twister. Are you a Twister or a Funky? When you went to the Lang stall, did you see the Lang owner? I did indeed. And I saw James and had a good catch up with him, and his business is flying through the roof. He's doing some amazing things with his yarn and with the companies. Yeah, it was great. I get to see my rep there, and I get to have, bubbly and lots of nibbly bits. It's just great. And I always see Vanessa, my rep, at the end of the day, because then she can just relax after probably a marathon day of talking to people and showing garment after garment. Are you a Twister or a Funky? Let us know in the chat. Also, if you're watching on Catch Up, Jane, I know Jane watches on Catch Up, and Sue and many of you, write it in the comments now. Do you like the Twister, the Mulled, which is this one, there, that's the Twister, and the Mulled, or are you Funky with the Fair Isle? I still love that one. I might just knit that for myself and not stock it in the shop. This is one from Katia, Murmur, 40% wool, alpaca, cotton and polyamide, 2-colour mulled, as if you've held 2 strands together, but it's not. That is it. That's how it is. Amazing, isn't it? And then various others. We've had Azteca before at the shop. Didn't that look good? This granny. I think Azteca looks better in crochet than it does in knit with regard to the ombre. So there we go. We're about to finish. Oh, let's get rid of that. What do we say? So I said I'm a Twister. Kiwi James is Twister. Karen from Wigan is Twister. Oh, you've got to see Karen's World Cup stuff as well. I can't wait to show you. We need to, I wonder, next, should we do sneak peeks, Fizz, on our next show? When is our next show? Yeah. She's just looking at the schedule now. I think we'll do it on a shop live when we're at the shop on a Wednesday. April 8th, we're at the shop, 7 till whatever. I'll show you a glimpse of everyone's, because they're amazing. Can't wait to do that. Susan's a Twister, Diggy Crafts, Jen is a Twister, Jimbo's a Twister, Linda's a Twister. Right, that's nailed it then. I'm getting Twister in. With the Twister Funky, looks like you need a matching solid. Yes, yeah, that's why I don't think I'll get it, because that's then, it's a lot more, isn't it? A lot more yarn. Good point, Sue. That's like proper business thinking that. Lois is funky. I know. I think I'll just buy it for myself then. Fran's a twister. Chris is a twister. Love the murmur and plenty of natural fibre in it too. Yes, yeah, indeed. I will get the shade card for that for sure. And cabin. What's the cabin? Fab. I just got a bit lost there. It's great. Oh, good to see you. I'm doing very well. Great to have you watching again and tuning in. Right, there we go. So they were the three main things we've taken from it. So we had texture, sequins, glamour, and colour changing, mild mostly. I think we'll go for the sequins for having some cool bit of glam around. It's like a cool Sophie scarf, isn't it? It just chucks the Sophie scarf into the background, doesn't it? This just says, "Look at me." So we'll have some sequins, and I think we'll go for the twister, the colour changing epics. How cool will that be? Right, let's give away some prizes, shall we? We've talked about the W's here. They are the ones that join the channel and pay a little extra that support the channel, which supports the shop, as we've made it to 10 years, haven't we? And it's just lovely. So we like to treat the W's by spinning the wheel and giving the prize. Now, we've already said what one of the prizes is the Catty goodie bag from H&H Cologne. I'm going to do this as a UK prize just because of shipping. Sorry, rest of the worlders. So I'm going to spin the wheel until a UK winner comes up. And then in between that, we're going to give an electronic Ravelry pattern out for the other winners. Okay, if that made any sense at all. So here we go. Let's spin the wheel. Say again, Fizz. Susan has got... Let's just... Hang on. I need to get... Do you know what? Can we do this quickly? I know it's nearly coming up to the end of the show. Can we do this? Will it work? Where is it? Gold. Get ready. Susan has just turned 3 too. Susan, Jimbo, and good old producer Fizz. Look at that. Thanks for pointing that out, Dinky Crafts, Jen. Appreciate that. Wonderful, Susan. There we are. Where is she? There. And she wanted Twister too. Susan, right from the beginning, really appreciate it. Love it. And I know I haven't seen you on a Saturday night sew for a long while. So all the best to you. I need to get doing some sewing. I need to do that patchwork. Who's on the wheel? Rob. Yes, Rob. And Fizz, I didn't tell you this, actually. Got engaged. You did see it. Yeah, wasn't that lovely? Let's do another. Where is the gold again? Where did that disappear to? Where is it? Let's do this for Rob. We haven't seen him for a fair while. Rob, Seattle. Congratulations. Anyway, well, let's spin. Here we go. Why can't that spin? Yeah. Here we go. I've got to hide some stuff. Oh, there we go. Emma. Elkie Wildart. Woohoo! This is winging its way to you. Or come over to the shop and I can hand it to you. Even better. I'll save it for you. It's goodies. All that. Is the red yarn? I think that's an acrylic. That's yours. I will check, Emma. How did we get that? 75 years, a love story across generations. How lovely is that? Made in Barcelona. I will check what that is for you and find out. But yes, that goodie bag is yours. So that's the UK one done. Let's spin for the rest of the world. Who's going to get it, Fizz? Oh, it's Kiwi James. Look at that. Congratulations, Kiwi James. I will treat you to a pattern. Fabulous. Do you know, Fizz, should we do another one just for fun? Come on, let's do one more. Oh, well, yes, and Kiwi James even said it's there too. Yes, isn't it lovely? Wonderful. Right, spin. One more. Come on. And then it's 9:30. We'll finish the show. Oh, and look at that, Susan. Do you know what? That's just meant to be, isn't it? Wonderful. Oh, have I just I've just unplugged you, Fizz. Look. I thought something went under my foot. I'm back. You're back in. I can hear you. Oh dear. Congratulations and thank you, everyone. There we are. Oh, we're confetti happy now. I hope you've enjoyed it, especially if you've stopped watching Capture to watch us here on YouTube. You'll have to go. Fizz has just told me I was going to give an update on my projects, but I think we'll end it there, Fizz, because I did say I've done a bit more on the Echo. What I have got, though, Fizz, which I didn't tell you about last night when we teched it, I have the most amazing pattern from Colin to show for a show starter. Do you want a sneak peek, everyone? This was a complete surprise. Obviously, it's a tank top. You will be blown away by the work of Colin on this garment. How amazing. Do you want to see the back? Do you want to see a quick version of the back? And for some of you out there who may be interested, I've even got a matching jockstrap too. Is the cocky crocheter still watching? Kelly was designing a jockstrap, and I was going to test crochet it. So, oh, did he? Kelly's gone off to his personal trainer. Cool. That's dedicated for a Sunday, isn't it? It's incredible. It's using 2 strands of cotton, and I saw something one night when I was around Colin's when we were watching Dolce & Gabbana Catwalk, and it was like, oh, and I didn't think anything of it, and a 50th birthday treat, and it is brilliant. All I need now is some high-waisted, what period is it? What was that? Peaky Blinders. I need some high-waisted trousers with the big pleats, because that's the look, the Dolce & Gabbana look. I'm going to try and get that for the next Woolpatch show. So what's that? April, end of April. You guys, where's the time going to? Anyway, there we are. That's 90 minutes done. It's been a pleasure talking about all the exciting yarns that are coming out. So keep your eye open. When you start to see teddy bear everywhere, the boucle, or when you start to see bunny rabbit and the faux fur, you'll be like, yeah, I knew this was coming out. I'm so ahead of the times. You'll go, it's because you heard it right here on the Woolpat Show. It's been wonderful talking about yarn and all the latest things. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for coming back each month to watch. And thank you for being a member too. Fizz, producer Fizz, as always. Well, actually, you had an easy job today, didn't you? We said there's no links to post or anything, though you had a few challenges along the way. It's always been great. We love doing it. If you're watching on catch up, I hope you enjoyed it too. Chat it in the comments down below and let me know what you liked. Which did you like, the sequins and the sparkles? Did you like the textures? Or like me, were you in love with the colour changing stuff? Let me know. Until 2 weeks, I'll see you at the shop and we'll have some sneak peeks of the amazing football jerseys coming in. And then I'll see you at the end of April for the next Woolpat Show. Me and Fizz will be back then. It's been a pleasure, everyone. Thanks very much. Ta-ra.